barbecued chicken, pasta, fresh pasta, dried pasta, maybe some salads, some veggies, some fruit, some chocolate milk, chocolate flavoured milk. Yeah, there was heaps of stuff. We got heaps of stuff. Way too much stuff. Condiments, so like tomato sauces and bread. There's always bread. Yeah, I can't remember what else we got that night, but it was some good usable stuff. I get a bit antsy if I haven't gone to look in the bin for the day, and I haven't gone to look yet today, so I'm a little bit excited to see what's there. Hopefully you won't be into this, but I would like to find some meat or something like that. I haven't found meat for a little while. Not that there's any room in my freezer for it, it's like jam-packed. But yeah. Or cheese. Cheese is always nice to find. I need some different fruit too, actually. A watermelon or a rock melon wouldn't go astray. And some yogurt. I'd like to find some yogurt. Alright, I've reached my daily study goal. I'm there. This makes me happy. Let's go get in a bin. Hopefully there'll be something in the bin. Sometimes there isn't. Most of the time there is. I pretty much always just come and look in the bin before I go into the shop to buy anything. So this is the back of the super barn, this is the parking lot. Next door is the cafe, and I find that those three bins are normally the cafe and it's all just rubbish and junk and you can't really go in there. But the three bins on that side are always the supermarket bins, and there's always some good stuff in there. Safety first, brakes on, in you go. There's some lamb chops, but they're not super cold, unfortunately. We should have come earlier. We would have got everything. You never know when they're going to go to the shelf and pull everything off and chuck it in the bin. So, like, all times of day are good to come and have a look. And there's some garlic bread here. If you were too lazy to make your own, you can just chuck that in the oven. What's that? A wrap. That looks a bit gross. I don't want that. Oh. There's always bananas. I don't want that. These are pretty good. All these mountain breads. But I don't get bread. I normally go to the gourmet bakery for my bread. We'll go there next. But this is still fine. Yeah. I'd still eat that. But I'm not going to cook it today. Oh, there's a whole thing of flour in here too, Ron. So, I'd probably take stuff like this. It's just got a tear in the packaging. But this is like organic self-raising flour. This one's heavy. This bin is fucking heavy as. Oh my god. So, sometimes it's good to keep a bin open so you can chuck stuff from one bin to the other. This all looks like lettuce offcuts. Oh, pay dirt with the bananas. Once again, I never buy bananas. They're so good. It's a really good snack. I come and get my afternoon snacks from the bin sometimes. These are beautiful. Oh, they're a little bit mouldy. Well, there's like one mouldy one. I might take them. I'll pull the mouldy one out. Yum. I haven't found strawberries for ages. That's a soup mix. How lazy can you get? I'll take that. That's my soup mix now. Baby carrots. Oh yes. Beetroots. bananas for the people. Oh, pomegranate. Nice. So I might even just leave these on the street for people. Sometimes if there's like too many bananas or something, I just leave them on the street, and then I look onto the street half an hour later and they're gone. Because people have taken them. So I'm just going to make a street box for people. And you know, there's these little potable herbs. They're already planted for you. Coriander. That's hard to grow. But I might just even plant these basils. They're fine. That one's a bit worse for wear. Jeez Louise. Very sad. And that's a really healthy one. There are so many bananas here. Yeah, you got to sort of put stuff away, otherwise people get the shits. Well, they get the shits anyway, but you don't want to do anything, you know, that you think is unethical. And leaving rubbish strewn all over the place would be a bit of a shit thing to do. A guy came out yesterday who I hadn't met before, and he was a bit unchill. He was a bit psycho. And he was like, "I've heard of you, get out of the bin." And I was like, "No, I'm staying in the bin." He was all like, "Put that back." And I was like, "No." And he was like, "This is my bin." And I was like, "It's not your bin. I feel like it's my bin. I feel like this is my bin." But yeah, he came out and had a go at me. And then he was like, "Stop arguing." And I went, "You stop arguing." Then he said, "What if you get sick?" And I said, I won't get sick." He said, "What if you get sick? Whose responsibility is it?" And I said, "It's my responsibility." And he said, "Exactly, so don't eat the food." And I went, "No, I will eat the food. And I said, "Don't worry." Like, I think they're worried about getting sued or something like that. But yeah, so I think they're worried about liability. But you know, if I've gone and eaten food out of a bin and I get sick for it, I would never try to blame anybody else but myself. But other than that, I feel like they must have financial motivations for not wanting us to go in the bin. Like, if we get all this free food, we're not spending money in their shops. I don't know if they think of that either. Maybe it is purely a liability thing for them. I don't know. Maybe they're worried. I reckon we'll go have a look in the bakery bin next. I'm pretty open about dumpster diving at work, because I bring in things to share, and I try to give people the heads up that it is from the bin. So whoever's in the tea room at the time, I'll go, "Yep, that's from the bin, eat it if you want, don't eat it if you don't want." Some people turn their noses up at it and don't understand it, but most people are pretty curious. Like, most people are like, "What? Like, say what? You got it where? Like, where did you get it?" And they want to know where I got it and how I do it and what the deal is, and they're pretty curious about it, really. And some people give really good feedback, like they'll say, "Oh, I ate that thing you got out of the bin, it was really nice." And I was like, "Yeah, it's really good food, it's fine." So even if they are skeptical at first, once they see it, I think they change their minds pretty quickly, or they sort of start to shift their perceptions pretty quickly. This bakery opened up probably halfway through last year, and we got really excited because they've got some really nice gourmet bread and treats. So we found the bin, and I'll show it to you now, but I need a bit of help breaking in because you've got to lift up a security door and someone's got to crawl underneath it. So you need 2 people to access this bin all the time. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, awesome. Let's do it. So these are the bakery bins. And what you'll do is I'll lift up the gate. So I'll lift this up with my brute strength, and then you'll go through that door and open that door for me. And then we can get in and just come out the door so we don't have to go back through the gate. You'll go through and open up those doors for me. Yeah. So we're filming?
Yeah. I'm just going to keep it rolling.
Yes. Okay, great. And then you can go get your camera again once we're in there. So 1, 2, 3. This is definitely trespassing, I'd say. I'm definitely not meant to be here. Oh, there's all kinds of muffins and brownies. Oh. See what's in here. Oh, rubbish. I hate it when they mix up the good breads with like just the stuff from people's plates. Like, it's always disappointing. I want to get this one. That one had pay dirt in it, but I've just dropped it in the bin. Oh no, look at all this bread. Oh, it's double bagged. There's a baguette. This is a nice one, it's got olives in it. I'm still discovering this bin. But yeah, I've just spilt it all in there. So that wasn't very good today, but normally it's pretty good. In terms of like being able to find just whole big garbage bags of loaves of bread. But I've still got some in my house from the other day, so I don't even necessarily need a loaf of bread at the moment. I've got about 3 loaves at home already. So that's that bin. Put it back in there. Sometimes I just get a bit curious about other bins, but I don't think that one's any good. Alright, we'll move on to somewhere else. It was all just a bit messy, so I didn't really know, like it looked like a bit contaminated, so I didn't want it, yeah. It was just sort of muffins and brownies and stuff. So I just left that one, because it didn't look quite safe. So it's best not to eat it if it doesn't look safe. Yeah. Well, the dumpster diving is abundant. I think the culture around it is still developing. So the only culture, well, the culture that I know of, when I first started diving, the Burke Street Bakery bin is quite a big hub for a lot of the dumpster divers in Sydney. I think it's really well known in the community, so people refer to that bin as a starting point a lot of the time. And the culture around that bin's always quite friendly, but sometimes a bit cagey and protective. So sometimes people are reluctant to share, but most of the time there's so much of everything that it's like, I've got one of these already, do you want one of these? I found one of these. Do you mind if I have that? You know, so most of the time it's very, very sharing and giving, because it's never sparse. Oh fuck, is it down there or is it up here? I can't remember. Oh, it might be up here. Yeah, but the 2 providors, they chuck out heaps of good stuff. One time Dave and I found about 30 boxes of single serve Lurpak butters, and you know, there was only so much room in our fridge for them. But that was the month we got addicted to Lurpak. Yeah. I haven't been to this bin for ages, except for the other day when I went on the way home. But the bin wasn't even out that day. But so many good loaves of bread, all like straight off the shelf, straight into the bin. Like they've just cleared the shelf and like chucked it straight into a bag. But somebody's ripped this bag open already, so someone's already been in here, and just ripped it open and taken, like, probably, who knows what was in this bag. Might have been pies, sweets, anything, because there's a lot of pies and really tasty bakery sweets that come out of Burke Street Bakery, so heaps of, and this is a really, really well-known bin amongst the community. So like whenever anyone's like, where's good to dive, everyone always says Burke Street Bakery. And sometimes some of the staff are really nice and they just leave chucked out stuff in a box here for people to take because they know so many people come. This is just a whole bag full of nice bread. There's just all nice bread in here. All like gourmet dumpster treats. I'd eat that. That's a delicious seeded sourdough by the smell of things. Oh yeah, there's always heaps of feral cats here. There's a guy that comes here and he dives the bin, but then he brings like meat for the cats. So he like encourages the cats to hang around. He's really gross. I hate the way he feeds the cats. I'm like, stop feeding the feral cats. But like, I don't know, he thinks he's being a humanitarian or a catitarian. Yeah, so yeah, but I don't like it. I think the cats should rack off. I don't know where they are at the moment actually. There's normally like thousands of cats here. Yeah, that was Burke Street Bakery. You can come here anytime you like.
Hashtag dumpster life.
Dumpster life.
Get in the car, Melissa.
One day this chick came around and got 2 whole snappers that I found in the bin and then she turned it into a stew for all of the students or all of the people living in the student accommodation that she shared, which was really awesome. Like she sent me a message saying this fed so many people and I was like, that's awesome. I'm so glad I was able to share that with her. We're at the back of Marrickville Metro and this is also a really popular dumpster diving spot for a lot of inner west locals because there's some big supermarkets here including Woolworths and Aldi and then there's a lot of independent little butchers and bakers and things like that. Here are some of the shifties coming back on there. Hey guys. Thanks.
Whoa! What's coming on TV? I'm only good. See you.
There are so many capsicums in this bin. You've never seen so many capsicums. Rock and roll. That's enough for me. They're pretty good. They're good capsicums. You know, there's so many. I just can't believe how many there are. Hello. How are you going? One time Dave and I came here and we were diving in the bins that were kind of like right out the back of the shop and these 2 little like Greek grandmas came and got in the bin with us and they were like giving us orders to help them get stuff out of the bin. They were like, hey you boy, lift the lid and pull this out of the way, and I was like, no, I'm a girl. And they were like, oh, just lift the lid. And it was pretty funny, but then they shared their eggs with us, so they were alright. They were alright after all. But yeah, there's like some older grannies that come dumpster diving too. Frequently called people. I can see a cat, but I can't see David. Where'd you go, cuz? You're in front of the car? Okay. Alright, we'll see you soon. Where did you go? Oh, you're in the shop, were you? Okay, we'll come back and see you. We'll see you soon. Okay, okay. See you soon. Alright, he's back at the car. She was full sussing us out. And
that one we seen the other time?
Nah, she was younger than that. But then Rylan pointed the camera at her, and she was like, no, 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 no. And then she was like, oi, you can't just go back and forth because the cameras are watching and the security will come. No, she wasn't hot. She was like middle-aged. She was like Diane, but from another dimension. Any supermarket, like anything that sells items on bulk, are going to chuck out a lot of stuff. And it's because they get a lot of stock in and they turn a lot of stock over, but then there's still a lot of stock left at the end of the day. And I think all their insurance is wrapped up in being able to afford to chuck out the older stuff that's not necessarily expired, because they get in new stuff and want to sell it at the same price. So it's almost like this whole disposability is built into the system all over Australia, in all kinds of, you know, big towns, little towns, everywhere. You can go and get a reliable food source from these dumpsters. Oh, there's Paul Metcalf's at it again on the dumpster page.
He loves it.
Mm-hmm. Let's try and find it. That's Life magazine, and in the corner here you can see me featuring with my little note that I saved $15,000 by eating from bins, and no one can quite believe it. I'm in such company as New Ways with Pasta, wow, torn apart by a treadmill, a ghost through my phone, and I had 50 babies in a year.
Slut.
Yeah, it's all a bit of a laugh. I'm reading about, there's this guy Paul on the Dumpster Diving Sydney, Australia web Facebook group, and he said he wanted to share a story about some people's weird perceptions on dumpster diving and curbside shopping. He said, I met someone on a dating site and happened to mention that I sometimes find things in council cleanups. I didn't mention the dumpster diving yet. She went quiet and got weird, and I asked why. She no longer wants to consider meeting because she wants a boyfriend of good character. That's so funny. She didn't like him because he goes to council cleanups. Who doesn't love a good council cleanup? They're the best things in the world. Like, I love finding things on the side of the road, especially in affluent suburbs like Balmain or the Northern Beaches. It's so, so good. I love it. It's the best thing ever. Anyway. Yeah, anyway, he's not going on that Tinder date anymore. My wife is in airport. And then you've gone, I saved $15,000 from eating from bins, then I ate a bin. Now I am pregnant with bin babies and my uncle is a bin. Have you seen this?
Fresh food. That's 523 kilos per household, which is about 5 full fridges of food every single year.
So it's no surprise really that people are now turning to freeganism, street scavenging or even dumpster diving. Not only as a way to save some much needed money, but also as a way to help save the environment.
To tell us more about this new way to shop is self-proclaimed dumpster queen Melissa Humphreys. Melissa, great to have you on the show.
Thanks very much.
Let's go straight back to the start. How did you become a dumpster diver?
I think it was just the influence of friends that were doing it at the time, and I saw the stuff that they were collecting and I asked them to show me the bin. I take my, like, you know, if I was single and just meeting someone, I would definitely take them to the bin.
Dinner at your house, so people go, yeah, come on over, they go, yeah, take a rain check on that one.
Anyway, I'm stoked for the attention it generated. I think it's very funny.
They've still eaten it. They've still eaten the food.
The yuppie dumpster divers, gourmet dumpsters.
Yeah, we'll rock up to the bin one day in our BMW still.
Do you have any quince paste, sweetie? Hmm?
I ate a lot of bread.
Dumpster diving is actually really great for me because the thing you find the most are like fruit and veg, pretty much, and that's like the majority of my diet, so it's pretty good. Yeah, so just lots and lots of fruit and veg, pretty much vegan. You'll find eggs a lot. I do eat eggs, which is great. So like if all the packs of the eggs, I know that's in the shops, like if one breaks, they throw the entire pack out. So you can get like really nice free-range organic eggs as well. Yeah, lots of nuts and like seeds and stuff and packets. If packets have like a little tear in them, they'll throw the whole thing out. Most of the stuff we find is actually not even out of date. Like it doesn't go out of date for several more months or weeks. It's just if there's some little defect and it doesn't look perfect, then they have to throw it out. So we're not even eating like old, it's not even old food. It's not like, oh, it's old, it's gone off, and you're eating stuff that's like kind of questionable. It's like all of it's still in date. It's really nice. It's just such a waste, yeah, just thrown out. So I'll cook up really healthy, like vegetarian, vegan meals and stuff.
I think that's just a house. Try to decide. That's the pharmacy.
I think this is good. That's all that's in here, and peppers. I don't want anything else. I don't actually need this.
I grew up in North England, close to Liverpool, and I never really heard about dumpster diving.
So I grew up in the States when I was really young, but then I started traveling and living around the world since I was 17. And I'm kind of the same. I never really heard about dumpster diving. I heard of it and I knew it existed, but I never really thought about it as like something to do. I remember my mom telling me when she was like in her 20s, she used to live in Hawaii, and they used to go and get like big boxes of like papayas and mangoes that like the fruit places would like dump out because they had a little dent in them or something, and like that's all I remember kind of hearing about it. And I thought it sounded nice, but I just didn't really consider doing it myself. And it wasn't until I came to Australia and started going to rainbow gatherings and kind of getting into the alternative lifestyle and meeting lots of hippies traveling, and found out how many people were doing it and that people were just solely living off that and not spending any money or anything, that like started to interest me. And then then just going with people. In the beginning it was a bit slow, we didn't find much, and then I think it's kind of when you get your first really amazing dumpster that has like incredible food and just tons of food, you kind of realize, you're like, wow, yeah, this is like ridiculous, why have I not been doing this whole time? And then you're kind of hooked. Yeah, it's a bit addicting, like just going and all the amazing things you can get, and really nice stuff from organic shops too, and like really nice products that are usually really expensive, but being able to just find those and reuse them, it's great.
You know it's there. And
yeah,
it's
why
free.
would you ever go grocery shopping if you know you can just go down the street and get amazing free food?
Yeah, I think
And usually organic and great.
I probably spend about less than $50 in the supermarket a month. Probably. You probably spend about less than that. I've never been dumpster diving in Liverpool.
Oh my god! I think those are like the bin. I think that's the recycling for the organic shop. I don't think there's going to be anything else in here.
This is $22.30.
There's fennel. Oh wow. Fresh herbs. Lavender. Wow, nice, man.
Is Madonna Paris Jackson's real mom?
Who's Paris Jackson?
I don't fucking know.
Oh look, here you go. Bread Showdown!
Dun dun dun.
Oh, there's tons of them. I don't want any of this crap. Do you want this?
No.
Oh look, it's your royal people. Royal. I don't know what's going on down here. Ooh. Lots of turmeric. Not anymore.
Fucking hippie bin's empty full of silver bottles.
On to the next one. I'm gluten-free, but a lot of time in a lot of the places, even Aldi or the organic shops, they throw away tons of gluten-free bread too, which is great. So yeah, it's even if you have certain dietary restrictions, it's like it doesn't limit you dumpster diving. You can still find what you need. Yeah. Oh, they're so cute. Little squashes. What's in there? Onions. Lots of onions. Ah, pretty. Oh, you're so sweet. It smells like essential oils. No, it's covered in meat, goo, and cheese and stuff.
Oh, this could be useful.
Oh. I don't think this can last. Oh, well, it was nice while it lasted. Broccoli. They're all really nice. Do you want bananas? What is that?
I have no idea.
It's very questionable. Oh, nice. That's good.
Ooh, oh, corn. Yes, corn.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where'd you put that at? Good, we can barbecue this over the fire. Hi.
Wait, wait.
Zucchinis! Well, that one's a bit weak.
Alright. You good?
Good to go? Good. Yay! All clean. We live in like a kind of community share house that takes couch surfers, and then if you want to stay on longer, you can start paying and get a room, and it's really beautiful. It's got like amazing gardens. It's kind of like a little tropical hippie oasis in the city. And all the food, pretty much all the food in the house that we get is dumpster dove. So several people will go kind of as often as you want to go, really. So a few times a week, or maybe almost even every night if people are really keen, and get lots of food. And then we bring it all back and we clean it together, and then we check it all out and get it in the fridge, and then every night we'll kind of pull all of that out and make a big communal dinner together. And pretty much all our meals are like solely from dumpster dove food, and a lot of the time it's like all organic and all really nice, and yeah, it's just incredible dishes, and like it's great. So usually nice organic produce or packaged food or eggs, anything really.
Yeah.
But also like more organic, like nicer stores, I feel like they kind of really try and use everything, and maybe like the staff take stuff home, so you don't find as much waste as you do like in the big, like generic.
Yeah, there's definitely
stores.
more waste at the mainstream.
Oh, there's something in there.
Yeah? Just some tomatoes. Not much really.
No, maybe not.
Yeah. Get that bottom one there. It's a bit too fat. Oh, that didn't sound good.
Get in that bin.
Ugh.
Gross.
I've never actually been inside Flannery's before,
Yeah,
but
it's kind of
I've eaten a lot of food
nice
from Flannery's.
This is true. I usually just live off dumpster diving, and then maybe go to the store like once or twice a month. I don't really buy groceries very much at all anymore. And like that combined with like community dinners and community programs and like woofing and doing stuff like that, there's so much free available food and just stuff like that. You don't really need to go and buy food ever. It's kind of a waste, I feel like. It's only if there's something really specific that I want, I would go and buy it and pay for it. I'm excited to try it in other countries and see what it's like. I think it's all over the world that you can. So yeah, it's amazing. Like knowing that now and being able to travel and reduces your cost and your footprint and everything. It's like, it's amazing.
This is the bok choy.
Oh, bok choy.
Should we set it all up?
No. Let's just grab one.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, wow.
Alright.
Oh.
I don't really drink this.
Do you think anyone would drink it?
Baby bok choy.
No. Thank you. Unless there's a lot more. Oh, look at those strawberries.
I'm gonna make stew tonight and strawberry pie. But there's just so much silver beet, always, everywhere. Yeah, there's always a lot of silver beet.
It's your B vitamins. Lots of
You don't
stuff.
find strawberries as often. It's usually potatoes, silver beet. Yeah, some good stuff. It's pretty full though.
That's good. It smells a bit like meat. I'd be a bit careful. Definitely baked strawberries. Yay! Strawberries! And bok choy. Okay. I mean, Leanne's supposed to be a vegetarian, but she'll eat meat pies out of the bin.
If it's free.
Only if it's free. Yeah.
Would make me feel a bit
Freeganism. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, like, in a way, sometimes there are things that I wouldn't necessarily eat, but, like, since they were free out of the bin, I kind of am like, okay, like, yeah, I have a lot of this, and so I'm gonna eat it. Because it's, I don't know, because even in a way, even though you're going off the waste from someone else, in a way, like, you almost feel guilty if you take stuff to throw it away. Like, you want to fully use it. So it's like, you try and really use everything. And, like, when we do get stuff, we try and bring it back to the house and, like, really, like, yeah, try and consume all of it before we go dumpster diving again and really, like, use it. And if there is stuff that we get and then it goes off, like, I don't know, I think we, like, feel a bit guilty and stuff. Because it's like, you really don't want to throw anything out. Yeah, which is probably, like, the opposite mentality of, like, the stores. But yeah, I guess in a sense, like, kind of, then we are freegan because we'll eat things that we wouldn't necessarily have bought. One Woolies or one Coles, like, just one night a week, and you can just get, like, just enough food to feed, like, 20 people or something. Like, you never even can get all of it. There's so much food. And you think about that's just one store, one night of the week. And you think about all the other stores in the city, and, like, every night, day after day, like, how much they throw out and how much that piles up, and all that food is perfectly good to eat. And it's just, like, it's really, like, kind of disturbing in a way. Like, you think of all the people, like, starving and struggling, and that they're just throwing all of that away. And that they'd rather see it go to, like, a landfill than go to people who need it. So here, in, like, the Northern Rivers area, there's a group or little organization called Five Loaves, and they kind of provide food for the community. They drive up, I don't know all the details, but they drive up in a big van every single day in Lismore at 6 o'clock, and they just kind of unload tables and put all the food out. It's usually all fresh fruit and veg, bread. They usually have a hot meal as well. Sometimes they get sushi. Just kind of like all sorts of like your basic stuff. And it's been donated from the stores. And it's like stuff that would end up in the bin, but instead it's been given to them.
Oh, what a feast.
I love the soup
They're having tonight. Sushi soup and dessert and cakes and goodness knows what else those ladies have been cooking. They're fantastic. What's that one? Oh, that's Cheryl and Alison. Pardon? Yeah, you can take some more of that if you like. There's a couple of salmon ones left there.
John's going to get some spoons. I'm just going to get some spoons for you. I might be able to even drink it.
5 Loaves started about 26 years ago with an elderly man who just made his life, but he didn't do it on this scale. All he did, he collected a little bit of food from a few of the little bakeries, but he used to collect furniture, clothing, and he used to distribute that out. Well, he died 5 years ago, and when he died, his wife wanted, and his family wanted it to be continued. We're now able to pick up probably 200 kilos of food a day and distribute it amongst the community. Just one each, so everyone can get some, would be really nice.
And do you have crumpets? Crumpets?
You did go and get some. The lot?
Okay.
Just a little soup left, folks.
Bunch of flowers for somebody's favourite woman or man.
That was nice. Freshly made this afternoon. Did you find some? Oh, thank you. I didn't wet them out. There you go. Spoon?
So Margaret's just been Friday, so we've missed each other.
Yeah, lovely to see you.
Can I touch your hair?
What is it, a bit fluffy, is it?
Oh, it's so gorgeous, it's just touchable.
Puddlian?
Yeah.
That's what you said. What? Some witches.
Little Puddlian.
I like some weird pug crossed with a poodle mix. Well, people from my town are called Whitneysians. Whitneysians? What?
What sort of name do you have for people from Vermont?
Vermonter? This is normal. It's not like a Vermonterian.
Yeah, okay, dumpster diving, yeah.
You did in Germany?
My first time. Yeah. So Flatmate invited me to come with him to dumpster diving. And I said, yeah, sounds good. I've never done it before. It's a new experience.
Did you hear of it before?
No.
Did you? Yeah.
Not really.
Because I also never heard of it when I did it the first time, yeah. And then...
And it was a bit strange for me at the first time to climb in a dump and to bad.
Yeah.
It's a bit disgusting.
Yeah.
To take out food.
All the rubbish.
Yeah.
But some of them are still good.
Yeah.
Or we wouldn't do it.
And then I was very surprised in which good condition the food is. Yeah, and it's not rotten or something. It's it looks good and it tastes good and
Yep. Yippee.
Yippee-yay, Schweinebacke. I found 15 glasses of peanut butter from Flannery's. So normally you have to pay $10 for $10 for one glass.
Yeah. Where did you start it?
When?
When and where and
I don't
how?
know. 3 years ago, I think.
Ooh.
With with other
Yeah, we should.
people from my sharing apartment together.
Okay.
Was in Hamburg, Wilhelmsburg.
In Hamburg, yeah. The dumpster diving.
Yeah, that's the first time.
Yes.
Dumpster diving.
What? What are you talking about? Let's go.
Oh, wellness jelly, strawberries and cream.
What even is this? Is it like yogurt?
Oh. Baramba Organics. Wellness jelly, strawberry, apple, blah blah blah.
Oh, that's jam.
Hey.
Ah, jelly, yeah. Oh, that's so good. And do we have a lot of bread still?
Bread? Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
no.
bread, lots of bread in the kitchen.
That's it. Then we can use the jam.
1st of May, 17? I think it's okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
What for kiwi? I don't know what kiwi is.
It's a
What?
can't explain.
Can't explain.
It's a kind of
Is it
milk,
just a drink?
milk or probiotic yogurt drink.
I don't know. They have more stuff.
So often people work in the night in Australia.
Like where? Like what jobs?
Yeah, on the street. Construction jobs on the street.
Oh yeah.
Or street working. No, not street working. Talking,
like-
drinking.
It's typically construction site in Australia. Do you remember the last time when we were going to Coles?
Yeah.
We were just looking at it.
Was that the last car?
There's one. Don't know if there's. Maybe there's also someone inside, or
Oh yeah.
someone is
Doesn't
just
matter.
leaving their car there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, come on.
All right. Righto. My glove.
Oh, no, the light is off. Hey, the light is off.
Oh, that means someone wasn't there. That means someone is in there.
I think so too, yeah. Ah. Chocolate! No, it's alright. It's not bad. Cucumber. Bread. I don't like it, but yeah, it's bread. For him it's always jackpot when you find a picture of meat. What's that? It's stir fry, chicken breast, chicken breast, street food. Bleh. La Catalina?
Asparagus. Spargel.
Okay.
My uncle's living on a. He's working on an asparagus farm. Look,
That's
that would be
bread.
so cool.
Are they good?
I don't think so.
No?
It's a little bit blown out. A little bit, yeah.
Nice. Nice bread.
It's always the bread. So much bread all the time.
Ah, bread everywhere.
Why can't we not get something else? Is that someone? We will see. You had already this one.
Yeah. I have the green one, but not this one. What's the difference?
It's wholemeal, I think, and this is. Oh no. Oh yeah. Lasagna bread? What? Yeah, this is just white bread. This is a wholemeal.
Oh, tomatoes and dill. Tomatoes are always good, and they look really nice.
Espresso.
Mint.
Why is there
Once,
so much bread again?
Alex, he found at Flannery's, he found I don't know, 80 muesli bars or something, and one of them cost $5 or something normally, and they were all good and very tasty.
Oh no, I cracked them.
No,
It's a whole set.
a whole set.
Ta-da! It's cracked. That's alright. But then we can have a look, like, with the water test.
Yeah.
What William said. What's the date? Where's the date on the packet? Oh, here. 17th of June. That's good. Got a lot of stuff here. Cherry tomatoes. Some flowers. Beautiful.
Okay.
Apples.
Apples, yeah.
For you.
Chewing gum.
You're actually taking that? Yeah, okay, it's not bad. The asparagus. Not a lot, but still
Tomatoes.
enough. Some cucumbers. More tomatoes. Some bread.
Flowers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa, so many flowers.
Yeah.
And more cucumber. Some peas.
Mint.
Oh, he's going in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We should put it in now.
Yeah.
The tractor's coming. I think he's going to put something in here. They from Aldi. I think he's bringing new food. Yeah. He should.
Yeah. Probably.
Always leave it as you find it.
Yeah. I think it's illegal when you go on the ground on the property which is not allowed to go.
What? Sorry. It's illegal.
Dumpster diving, yeah, illegal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but we're not. Are we doing it? Do you think that's the property of Aldi?
No.
Probably. Isn't it? Or they wouldn't have Aldi here. I don't know.
No,
But
here
it's
not.
not- it's
Here
not
not. But
that
when you climb over fences or something,
Yeah.
then it's
Over
illegal.
fence.
It's illegal.
Yeah. Yes, so many shops.
Or when you have some animals or something. I know you have to be more careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm still wondering what the truck is doing here.
No. This time it's a bit confusing.
He's not even going in there. I thought we were gonna be like,
Maybe he saw us and then he felt he needed to escape. Because he felt afraid.
Outlaws. I was looking for work for like a month here in Brisbane. Like, I didn't really try hard. That was a little bit stupid. But yeah, at the moment I'm doing it to save money a little bit.
And also to have a bit adventure.
Adventure. We're going on an adventure.
Adventure and
yes.
Fun.
Yeah, it's better than just sitting in the house the whole day. I mean, you have work now, but
yeah, I have work.
I was in the house the whole day. But yeah.
Even if you have the money to buy food, it's a good possibility to save money. Combined with couch surfing, it's the best way. Yeah. I don't want to buy all the time food in the store.
Yeah. I mean, you can live cheap. We were on our road trip. We had like sometimes meals for like $3, and it was like pasta with pasta sauce and easy, like tomato sauce. I mean. You bought it?
Yeah.
What? Why?
In a toy shop.
Mr. Toys.
For the festival.
Oh, but you didn't use it.
I used it, but not often.
Yeah, it looks like it's full. Can I use it?
Yeah,
like not, maybe not
in the car.
Bubbles. What are they, zillion? Yeah, but because we came from there.
No.
Yes. Like we were just taking that road to drive into Aldi because it's on the left hand side.
I'm confused. we came that way.
But now we're going right.
Ah, okay. And then I'm standing at the place where the bread is, and I think, what? No. I don't want to pay so much money because I'm sure I find the same stuff in the dump.
Yeah.
And for free.
Yeah. Like.
But it's especially in Australia. And if you think in Australia, okay, you have no comparison. Yes. To Germany. But when you go for dumpster diving in Germany, you will see that it's very different.
Yeah.
In Germany, I think you can't find so much food. Yeah, flowers from the dump.
The boyfriend from my sister, he was like as soon as the date was expired from the things, like the best before date, when it was expired, he was just throwing it in the bin. He wasn't looking at it, so the most of the time it's still good as long as you store it right. Like things that need to go in the fridge, you need to put it in the fridge and not somewhere in the sun, and then it's bad after a while. But yeah, if you do it right, then you can sometimes still use it like a week after the expiry date.
Baby carrots. Oh, yes. Beetroots. Some more bananas for the people. Oh, pomegranate. Nice. might even just leave these on the street for people. Sometimes if there's like too many bananas or something, I just leave them on the street, and then I look onto the street half an hour later and they're gone. People have taken them. So I'm just going to make a street box for people. And you know, there's these little potable herbs. They're already planted for you. Barbecue chicken, pasta, fresh pasta, dried pasta, maybe some salads, some veggies, some fruit, some chocolate milk, chocolate flavoured milk. Yeah, there was heaps of stuff. We got heaps of stuff. Way too much stuff. Condiments, so like tomato sauces and bread. There's always bread. Yeah, I can't remember what else we got that night, but it was some good usable stuff. I get a bit antsy if I haven't gone to look in the bin for the day, and I haven't gone to look yet today, so I'm a little bit excited to see what's there. Hopefully you won't be into this, but I would like to find some meat or something like that. I haven't found meat for a little while. Not that there's any room in my freezer for it, it's like jam-packed. But yeah. Or cheese. Cheese is always nice to find. I need some different fruit too, actually. A watermelon or a rock melon wouldn't go astray. And some yogurt. I'd like to keep a bin open so you can chuck stuff from one bin to the other. This all looks like lettuce off cuts. Oh, pay dirt with the bananas once again. I never buy bananas. They're so good. It's a really good snack. I come and get my afternoon snacks from the bin sometimes. These are beautiful. Oh, they're a little bit mouldy. Well, there's like one mouldy one. I might take them. I'll pull the mouldy one out. Yum. I haven't found strawberries for ages. That's a soup mix. How lazy can you get? I'll take that. That's my soup mix now. Let's find some yogurt. Alright, I've reached my daily study goal. I'm there. This makes me happy. Let's go get in a bin. Hopefully there'll be something in the bin. Sometimes there isn't. Most of the time there is. I pretty much always just come and look in the bin before I go into the shop to buy anything. So this is the back of the super barn. This is the parking lot. Next door is the cafe. And I find that those three bins are normally the cafe, and it's all just rubbish and junk and you can't really go in there. But the three bins on that side are always the supermarket bins, and there's always some good stuff in there. Safety first, brakes on, in you go. There's some lamb chops, but they're not super cold, unfortunately. We should have come earlier. We would have got everything. You never know when they're going to go to the shelf and pull everything off and chuck it in the bin. So, like, all times of day are good to come and have a look. And there's some garlic bread here. If you were too lazy to make your own, you can just chuck that in the oven. What's that? A wrap. That looks a bit gross. I don't want that. Oh. There's always bananas. I don't want that. These are pretty good. All these mountain breads. But I don't get bread. I normally go to the gourmet bakery for my bread. We'll go there next. But this is still fine. Yeah. I'd still eat that. But I'm not going to take it today. Oh, there's a whole thing of flour in here too, Ron. So, I'd probably take stuff like this It's just got a tear in the packaging. But this is like organic self-raising flour. This one's heavy. This bin is fucking heavy as. Oh my god. So sometimes it's good to keep